to my dance performance. Gotta go. Gotta jet. We got to go. We got to go. We are late. We were supposed to be. We had a rehearsal time, an early morning rehearsal at 7 o'clock, and it's like about to be 7:30, and I haven't left. So yeah. Got started. Didn't get to do the makeup I wanted to do, but we did enough to get where we needed to be. Can't be too mad. But I'm all black because I gotta change as soon as I get to the dance studio. So it's basically about to be a fight to the finish to get these exams done. But today's my last day, so. Let's go to shit. I'm probably here, Mom. Good job, Mom.
She hadn't been for 2 weeks. She tried to message me and was like, so when do y'all want to finish your dance? I was like, we need to talk to Dr. Stevens. She was like, for what? I was like, for the final. She was like, are we in group still or no? I was like, no. She was like, okay.
So y'all, I took my makeup off because I gotta go to this next final, and I just didn't feel like having a bunch of makeup, like being like looking super glamorous to take one test and then having to come back. So I just came back to my room, wiped my makeup off for the most part. It's still a little bit, you can see, but it doesn't matter. I'm basically going barefaced. So I have my last final. Well, not my last, because there's still one I need to take, but I know I'm gonna knock that one out. Or at least I'm gonna be able to like really like work on that one. That one's not due till Friday, so I'm gonna do it today, but like I'm gonna do it after I take the final that I actually have to like show up and sit down for. But the first final went great. I am gonna end up with a B in the class. I'm thankful. That's another good grade. Like right now, I'm looking at A, B, probably a B, and then another A. So looking pretty good. This is the last class that's really going to be like a deciding factor. In this class, I might end up getting a C, but I wouldn't mind a C in this class because this class was hard. So if I end up with a C in that class, I'll be happy. I'll be, thankful, happy. I won't be angry or like bitter. So let's get on moseying that way, because this is our last final before we go home, so let's do it. I know it's kind of gross to come to you guys while I'm in the bathroom, but I'm just full of emotion. I just got my score back for my computer science final, and I was worried because throughout the semester, my intro to programming class was difficult. I mean, anyone who's a computer science major knows that like the programming courses are no joke. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not like an easy A class. Like none of them are easy A classes, and you're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to spend long nights up. You're gonna have to do a bunch of coding assignments. There's gonna always be something due. And a lot of the material you have to work really hard to understand. So throughout my time in the class, I just kept feeling so defeated. Like I have had some nights where I cried over this class, and I felt so defeated, and I was like, I'm just never gonna pass this class, and oh my God, like what if I don't? And then, when it came time to take the final, I was even more worried because he was like, the way my teacher put our grades out was like, you have to make a certain, like he basically calculated out like what grade of, like how the final exam would affect your grade. So he gave you like an idea of what you had to do. So it's like, I had to make a 60 at least in order to pass, in order to not drop my grade, which my grade was already a B, so I probably wouldn't have dropped too bad, but depending on how badly I got below the 60, it would depend on how low my grade would drop. So I knew I needed to at least make a 60 and above in order to maintain my grade, or to at least not get affected too badly. But then I also had the option of making at least a 77, which would boost my grade. Anything above a 77 would boost my grade. And I went to take my final, and I remember just going into class, and a part of me, the whole day I kept telling myself, like, be confident in yourself, like, you know this, you know the answers, you're gonna do it. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was like, this is a big final. And even though I've passed every test, it's not like I've passed every test with flying colors. Like I've passed like by some margins. Like I was getting like 80s, but I wasn't really ever getting like 89, 90s. You know, I was getting like 83, 81, you know. So I was very nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm praying I can do this. Like I have to do this. So it came time to do the final. And I remember when I first started doing the test, I felt so defeated. I was like, I don't know any of this. Like in my mind, like my mind left me. So I was like, I don't know any of this. So I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the worst case scenario, because what you don't want to do is open up a page for an exam and then you don't know anything. Like everything, your mind is going blank for every single question. You're second guessing every answer you get. You're having to redo a problem 4, 5, 6 times because in your mind you're like, is this the right answer? So after all of that, in the middle of taking this exam, I basically punched myself in the face, like not literally but metaphorically, and I was like, we're gonna do this. Like we're gonna pretend like we already know all the answers, and like this is like a regular English exam, and we're just gonna fucking do it. So I just started putting out what I knew, and I went with what my gut told me was the right answer. And keep in mind, it's not multiple choice, so I'm just writing what I think is the answer, like what inside looks right and feels right and sounds right and what I remember. So I go on about my day. I leave the exam feeling defeated, feeling like, ah, shit, like I might be able to pull out a good 60, 69, maybe, that's so nasty. I might be able to pull out a 70. I might be able to pull off a 65. You know, I might even pull off a 55. You know, I didn't know what I was gonna get, but I didn't think I would get the score that I got. So I go to check my grade, and I got an 83 on my final. And it just means the world, because I had to pay some money to go here. You know, I wasn't one of those kids who just got here. You know, like I had to pay money out of my own pocket. Like I had to give up things that I had to give up money that I worked my butt off for to go here and to be sitting in that class. And for a while, it felt like I was letting myself down, because I was like, Morgan, you paid for this. This is what you wanted, like, and you're not living up to what you said you wanted. So when I got back, when I seen that grade, it just really made me realize, like, that I have to believe in myself more, because I can do it. You know, I can do anything if I set my mind to it and if I believe in my own self. And it was just an amazing moment for me, because it was like another semester where I was so worried. I cranked out some pretty good grades, and my GPA should be looking nice. So yeah. As you guys can see, I'm all packed up. I'm ready to go. I don't know how I'm gonna lug all this shit out myself, but I basically cleaned out everything, because I was taking all my clothes with me. So I basically took all my clothes out of all the drawers, because obviously I want to take all of my clothes with me. I also cleaned out these drawers for the most part. Like I left some paper, but nothing substantial. I just pretty much all the drawers I left the same. Up here, I just left like some trash bags, because I'm gonna need to use some trash bags, some plates, some cups, and then like my condiments and stuff. And then down here, just like some tissues, some deodorant, like some body wash, stuff like that. I'm leaving behind my little thing, my TV, some washcloths and towels, because I have those at home as well, so I'm not gonna really need them. And that's all. So everything else I'm taking back home, because I'm gonna be leaving some stuff at home. But yeah, so that's really all, and I will be getting ready to go soon. My roommate, she hasn't left yet, but my other 2 roommates, they have already left. We're supposed to set this to 70, so I'm gonna put it on 70, because I don't want to hear nobody mouth. You know, I don't want us to get in trouble. Oh wait, we're supposed to like set it. How do you like hold? There we go. But yeah, this is our like living area space, you know. It usually doesn't have the carpet and the Gatorade. And once we defrost, I'm pretty sure this will close again, but it wouldn't close at one point. And our microwave did the same thing. Everything breaks in here. But yeah. This is our bathroom. Usually there's stuff in here, but like because we've all been like going places, because I had to take my stuff out of here, there's nothing in here. So this is all just like my roommate's stuff. But yeah. So in case you were ever wondering what my dorm looked like. But yeah, guys, I'm getting ready to go. I gotta go get some clothes out the washing machine, but after that, I will be pretty much ready to leave. So I will see you guys once I get in the car and I'm gone.